3 putt at the last, and now 2 putts from here is good work. Yeah, it would be. Should gather a little from there, down towards the hole. Well, that's a very nice lie. That's pretty good right there. Just cozies it up behind. That's a beautiful effort. Up at the 9th.
McIlroy for his 4th birdie in the first front side here.
Up the hill, going to the right. Get there.
So Rory's going to go out an even par. Stays at 1 under and back on the tee for Scheffler. He's got an iron. You've got a large hump out there in the fairway. Players have been laying well back of that because they're close to it. They can easily go on the bottom.
Absolutely. He's just starting on the right side, turning a little with the wind, right center of the fairway. Well back, but off the short grass. That's all he's looking for at this point.
Back to 7.
Fitzpatrick for par. That's a great 2-putt.
So Scheffler and Fitzpatrick. Single shot. Fitzpatrick, his first bogey earlier at the 6th. And Zalatoris there hanging tough. But the #1 player in the world has now been the steadiest player on this championship Sunday, looking for his 2nd major and 5th victory of the year.
I found this loophole the lottery didn't see.
The more we bet, the better the odds.
We want to start a corporation.
Bring in the whole town. This will work, and it'll help everybody.
We're betting $500,000.
We doubled it.
We doubled it!
Dad, I've watched you spend so much of your life just being overlooked. And you finally took your shot. You brought all of us with you.
Jerry and Marge Go Large. Rated PG-13. Streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is the planning effect. This is how it feels to know you have a wealth plan that covers everything that's important to you. This is what it's like to have a dedicated Fidelity advisor looking at your full financial picture, making sure you have the right balance of risk and reward, and helping you plan for future generations. This is the planning effect from Fidelity.
I have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, so I'm taking Zeposia, a once-daily pill, because I won't let UC stop me from being me.
Zeposia can help people with UC achieve and maintain remission, and it's the first and only S1P receptor modulator approved for UC. Don't take Zeposia if you've had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke or mini-stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat not corrected by a pacemaker, if you have untreated severe breathing problems during your sleep, or if you take medicines called MAOIs. Zeposia may cause serious side effects, including infections that can be life-threatening and cause death, slow heart rate, liver or breathing problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, and swelling and narrowing of the brain's blood vessels. Though unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, medications, or if you are or plan to become pregnant. If you can become pregnant, use birth control during treatment and for 3 months after you stop taking Zeposia. Don't let UC stop you from doing you. Ask your doctor about once daily Zeposia.
Using AT&T 5G, I called in some friends to help with your game.
Amazing! Tips way out here?
Less talking or golfing.
Sorry.
All right, now check your alignment.
And widen your stance.
Got it.
Wider.
Bend your knees.
Not that much.
AT&T 5G is too reliable.
Loosen your grip.
Head still.
Eyes down.
Take it
Turn
back
your
low.
hips on the
Take
down.
that eight.
Just hit the ball.
See?
Whoa.
AT&T helps push what's possible, like making Eva better at golf.
Come on, Nancy, let's go to the clubhouse.
It is a beauty. They've been handing it out since 1895. Sterling silver, 18 inches tall. Get that 6-inch base, which helps put 89 different names, room for them on that trophy. Who's going to win it today at the Country Club in the 4th US Open staged here? Zalatoris at the tee at 8.
Trying to play a left to right shot, it looks like, Raj.
Yeah, that's been his go-to shape so far, and this looks to be a good one. Right into the teeth of the wind now.
Yeah, and that one does not get over the hill, so be
Interesting to see if he has a chance to go for the green in 2. Raj, you have to be impressed with the power that Fitzpatrick has displayed.
He has. He's hitting it on the button, and he's longer than the last time I watched him. I know that.
Yeah, back when he won the US Amateur 9 years ago.
Yeah. Come on, I've seen him since then. Come on, Gary.
Okay, Gary has worked on that club head speed. He says it's about 116 on the golf course. The tour average is about 114, so that is something that he's really been proud of. He says, I'm blowing it by some people now. Back at 10 is David second at this beast of a par 4. Tee to green pay off, and now he's making some putts, and that should not be a problem for his third birdie of the day to get within 3. It's going to be very interesting to see Joel Damon handle all this stuff down the stretch. He has just been sharp today. Scheffler at the 9th, 183 left.
Split the fairway. This is 8 iron. Got a helping wind. And again, absolutely right at it.
Going to be a fast putt, but a fantastic shot. 9 is really a difficult hole.
Let's send you back to Mike Tirico.
He has a great jacket, Dan. Scotty Scheffler may get his name on this trophy we just talked about, which is up here with me and Justin Leonard. You're watching Scotty here. The birdies at 1, 2, 4, and 6. What has stuck out for you about the way he's playing the front 9 again today?
Well, he's playing it aggressively, which I thought was going to be necessary after 3/10 of an inch of rain. I thought there might be some good scoring conditions out there today. There is. Yesterday, as difficult as it was, I think the guys, especially in the lead, were happy to see a little softer conditions, the wind not blowing as hard. But impressed by Scotty, not only the run that he went on to become #1 in the world and win the Masters, but then to stub his toe a little bit at the PGA Championship, not play so well, and then recover so well and playing well here. Really impressive.
Those of you who went to Father's Day party have been with us since the start. We'll show you some of those early highlights. This is out of that divot at the first.
And not even a sanded divot either, so that ball was sitting well down. He dug it out of there beautifully and hit one of the best shots of the day at the first.
Took him some great looks as well in proper spots. That was at 1, this at 2.
Yeah, really aggressive to get it all the way back to this whole location. And then just dripping that putt in the side door.
This was the birdie attempt at 4.
Kept it down there to where he didn't have to contend with the huge slope from right to left. Another one in.
And that confidence. So Scheffler in that amateur that Fitzpatrick won. Fitzpatrick defeated Scheffler on the way to that title in 2013. Fitzpatrick no back down either. He has been solid, keeping pace when Scheffler jumped up by a couple. Just a brief moment, but here's Scotty takes it to 6 with the birdie. A 2 at the par 3. I just love that confident look, right? It just doesn't look like it gets to him at all, having been there and done it 4 times already this year. The tee shot at 5 for Fitz.
Yeah, this was really impressive. Turning it back into the wind. I saw a lot of players come up short in those bunkers, but with the length that Matt Fitzpatrick has added, able to get there on the par 4.
And Will Zalatoris, who looked shaky early, couple of bogeys, back-to-back was huge here. Terrific iron at 6th.
Yeah, this is such a small target where this whole location is in the front right. Beautiful iron shot.
And if you like that, you like this one at 7 just as much.
163, a little knockdown shot back into the breeze. And this is almost perfect.
And Scheffler, who had made birdie or eagle yesterday, he'd been in red figures on 8 every day. Struggle here, but saves it with a par.
That's a huge bounce back after spinning his wedge back off the green to get it up and down for par. Keeps the momentum going.
So there you see the separation of those 3 with Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris in the last group. Then Ram Matsuyama and David Matsuyama may run out of holes here if he gets hot. Morikawa joining Matsuyama and Scheffler with the hot rounds going at the moment. Denny McCarthy, who made the cut on the number, tied for 7th as he plays the back 9 here. So here we go back to the 9th and Scotty Scheffler on the green.
Yeah, big 8 iron there to get it past this whole location. And this is one of those putts we've seen a lot this week. He's got to just find the highest point, try and die it to a spot, and let the natural terrain do the rest. Big swinger from right to left. A lot of creativity. All the slope in this green goes from the back left down to the front right. That's a good place to read putts, is from below the area where you're playing from. It's because it's easier to look up into the hill to see what you're looking at. John, he's got to play this well outside.
Yeah, Justin, it's like one of those putts where the higher you play it, the more it breaks. And if you were to take a line and go straight from his ball to the hole, it's actually a pretty level putt. But you've got to play so much break. Once it makes that turn, it becomes downhill. So it's one of those, Ted Scott pointing out, the spot looks like about 3.5 feet, 3 feet outside the hole. So just throw it out there and let it drip down from there.
And John, you mentioned earlier that part of this early good start with Scheffler, he was leaving himself in position where he could be, quote-unquote, aggressive as you can be on these greens.
Absolutely. He's really only had one downhill putt all day long, so it just takes some stress out of it for you.
A little too high on that line, but Scheffler will once again leave the ninth green, head to the back nine, top the leaderboard at 6 under par, just as he did yesterday. But that's where the wheels started to come off, especially at the short par 3 11. So we'll watch how Scotty manages it here today. Straight back to John Rahm at the 8th. This is a putt for par, 1 over on today's round.
It's a slow putt, breaking pretty good from his right to left.
This would be big for Rahm, and you only have 2 par 5s. Do not take advantage of it. Drop a shot here, so they'll bring Rahm back to the group at 1 under. That a moment ago. Now we're back with Fitzpatrick.
And this 8th hole playing much longer today. Cooler conditions, back into a hurting breeze. Asking for it to sit, and it will. Matthew Fitzpatrick with the beautiful fairway wood here to reach the par 5 8th and 2.
And you've seen him with the work he's been doing to get that length that you talked about.
I did. He won a tournament on the European Tour back in the fall, and 2 days later I happened to be at his home golf course in Florida. He was working on speed training. He was swinging some weighted clubs as fast as I've ever seen anybody swing them. And I asked him, I said, "You're already back to work?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's a constant process."
Well, it's paying off. Let's go check on Joel Damon. As we mentioned, he had a good run going, 1 under for the first night. This is at the 10th, and this putt is for par. He hit his driving trouble, had to get out into position to hit his 3rd to there. So Damon with a save here at 10 to stay close enough if he can make a few on the way home.
To adapt in a changing world, you could hire a professor of theoretical mathematics.
We all know this equation, right?
He'd crunch numbers day and night to maximize profitability.
Morning.
I have quarterly numbers. They're beautiful.
And forecast revenue from every corner of your organization.
Is that important?
Or you could use Workday, the finance, HR, and planning system that helps CFOs make better decisions faster. For a solve problems like a genius world. Workday for a changing world.
When it comes to your business, you see what's possible. At Century, we think your insurance company should share your vision. So we listen, learn, and 115 years of industry experience to work for you. Because protecting your business helps protect your business goals. Century, right by you.
Get business internet from Verizon, the network businesses rely on. Ditch cable and switch to Verizon Business Internet with fast, reliable solutions nationwide. Izzy's got the connection she needs for her growing design studio.
It's fast.
And Ray got internet solutions to cover all her locations. No more cable, Ray.
Thank you.
And Nate and Nora's Flower Shop save big by bundling with their Business Unlimited phone plan. Find the perfect solution for your business with fast, reliable internet nationwide. From Verizon, the network businesses rely on.
Tuesday. These dancers will jump through hoops to impress Shakira. Dancing with Myself, Tuesday at 10, 9 Central, NBC.
The leader of the US Open, Scotty Scheffler, attacking a hole over the Himalayas, which stands for that big rock outcropping, which you need to fly, which he does, but he's in the rough. And again, it makes that second shot so much more challenging up to the elevated green. And back to the 8th.
Where Matthew Fitzpatrick will have a putt for an eagle 3. And Raj, we talked about this newfound length. So the only guy to drive the green at number 5 was Fitzpatrick, and now he's just the 4th player to hit this par 5 and 2.
Well, he had 271 uphill into the wind and cold, 254 to the 5. I thought, man, if he misses any of this, it's going to end up 60 yards short of the green down the hill. But he just flushed it.
How about this eagle putt?
Yeah, this is a sweep and break, right to left.
How's he going to turn it? Excellent putt. Going to be a very easy birdie.
Yeah, he took the proper line there, didn't he?
Yep.
For dead weight break at the hole.
Absolutely. Always on those big breaking putts, you'd rather be on the high side. You miss it low, and then it runs away from the hole. We're 14.
The 4th at this par 5 just earlier for Matsuyama.
Sitting pretty at 2 under par. If he could chip this in or something silly, that's going to be a nice save, I think.
Yeah, he'll settle for a save there. That was a gnarly looking rough. A line of rough. Get back to 8.
Zalatoris, the putt for birdie.
Slow one up the hill here. Think he may try to go just to his left.
I got to hit it.
Yeah. That one takes some commitment to get to the hole.
So we'll have a little tester, but not much more than a couple of feet or so, right, Raj?
No, you would certainly give it if it was at your club on Sunday.
Wow.
But you don't give them the last day of the US
don't.
Open. That gives me the willies.
Yeah, that one had a couple of different moves to it.
But it works.
Yeah, it was interesting in talking to his instructor, Josh Gregory. We'll get into that later. As Fitzpatrick has this putt to tie now at 6 under. Nicely done. We'll take the short walk over the 9. We'll go to the 8.
Par 3 down the hill. 108 for Rory.
It's got to get going, Dan.
Got to get on the gas here.
It's got to happen here. This is, you consider this a little bit of a breather hole that can play tricky, but I'll tell you what, 12 and 13 are a nightmare. You want to get this one. Oh, no, that's going to roll right off the green.
Oh, yo. You gotta be kidding me.
Well, his hopes might be dashed. He really got off to a terrific start. He's got the weight of the golfing world on his shoulders right now.
And over at the 9th round, we're the 2nd. That short backswing, confident follow through.
Yeah, just a burst of speed all at the right time for Rahm at the bottom. Not his best shot, but Okay, 9 is pretty tough.
Ian McElroy, that 100 number. And you can experience the US Open from a new dimension with the US Open AR. Built by Deloitte. Scan the QR code on the screen to learn more. Download the app and watch the action come to life in 3D on your mobile device today. Temperature just about 59 degrees right now. Boston just 5 miles away. Overcast skies all day, and aerial coverage is being presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Boston Celtics eliminated earlier last week. All of the focus in this great sports town on this championship on this final round Sunday as the co-leader Fitzpatrick steps up to the tee of the ninth. Again, it's 422 yards. Most players with just an iron to lay back.
Tremendous fall off down on the right-hand side with the penalty area over there. So the guy's laying it back, just trying to find the fairway. This down the left.
All of Fitzpatrick's swings with a purpose. It's just a...
He looks good. He looks confident. He reminds me of Lanny Watkins a little bit. Kind of that quick tempo, but guts of a burglar.
You saying he's confident?
He's confident, yeah. I'm saying that.
Lanny's reputation as one of the most confident guys out here on tour. It's what you have to have, especially on a day like today. And back at 10, what's the lie like for Scheffler, Woody?
Well, you can see a lot of ball, but there's actually some pretty thick rough right behind it and off a downslope. And hitting to an uphill, a green that's elevated, it can be awfully tough to judge this one correctly. Get enough on it and have it stop on the green. This is 8 iron.
It has to be just to the right of the flag if he can do it. Little shorts, not bad. Muscle it, try to reach though.
On a good line, right side of the green.
Don't go long now. Well, maybe a good break for this fans. He can put some spin on that.
Go get him, Scheffler!
Boston fans, go get him, Scheffler. He's got his supporters. Fitzpatrick does, especially the people that have been around since that U.S. Amateur. There's the strike by Scheffler out of that thick rough.
That was about all the strength he could muster to get that to come out of there. For it to go over the green, it's unbelievable. He's going to have to clip a beauty out of that bunker.
Back at the ninth, Zalatoris. Does not like it. Oof.
Oh, well, you can see the ball, so it's a little downhill. He may be able to launch one out of there and reach the green.
Yeah, last thing you want to do with an iron in your hand when you're laying back there is put it in the rough. But Zalatoris is in solo right now, just 2 back, trying to win for the first time. Fitzpatrick trying to win for the first time in the PGA Tour. And we know what Scheffler has done in 2022.
Here, not all are equal, but all are given the same opportunity. Professionals and amateurs, icons and newcomers, as long as they can show discipline, humility, and a keen sense of strategy, they will always be part of it all. Welcome to the US Open.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mother. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee isn't about greasing some palms to get things done. And she rides with Geico because she'd never rebel against great service. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
Conventional thinking would say Verizon has the largest and fastest 5G network, but they don't. They only cover select cities with 5G. And with coverage of over 96% of interstate highway miles, they've got us covered.
Mass General Brigham. When you need some of the brightest minds in medicine, this is the only healthcare system in the country with 5 nationally ranked hospitals, including 2 world-renowned academic medical centers. In Boston, where biotech innovates daily, and our doctors teach at Harvard Medical School, and where the physicians doing the world-changing research are the ones providing care. There's only one Mass General Brigham.
I am the glory. I am triumph. I am 127 years in the making. I am the US Open. And I'll see you at the country club.
Celebrate the 122nd US Open, where golf's greatest compete at one of the most iconic venues. Own a piece of history with official merchandise from top brands, including Polo Ralph Lauren, the official outfitter of the US Open. Visit usgashop.com today.
Here's to the golfers, to the Sunday morning hitting crews, the snowbirds, and the escapists. To those who know there's no better place to be. Book your time on golf now. Go play.
Vincent.
Country Club interesting origins. First laid out by members, 6 of them laid out the first few holes, and then they just started adding to it. Established in 1882, of course expanded in 1899. William Flynn designed the Primrose, which is some of the holes being used for this latest layout. Scheffler from that bunker behind the 10th green.
That's it. Get it.
That sounded good. And that has a chance. Watch how fast. But now, he'll be tested.
Yeah, Dan, sorry, you know, before you hit the shot from the fairway down there, you cannot go over the screen. I'm surprised he was able to muscle that out of there.
Back at the 9th, Raj for Zalatoris.
And fan going to the right. That's been his best so far today. 203 left out of this rough. Plays slightly downhill, and it is downwind as well. It'll take a mighty whack to get it there.
It just sounded like it flew out of there.
Yeah, come on.
That shot.
Just the sound of the club, it's just, you know, a little flyer type of shot.
You know, those guys that are good iron players know how to play from the rough. I mean, that's why they skyrocket up the list in greens and regulation. They know the flyers in the grass.
Fitzpatrick, Raj.
Yeah, that's 173. Solid strike. High draw, just right of the hole.
Just flushed, just pure. Most of Fitzpatrick's shots today have just been on the money. Let's go up to 12th.
And Denny McCarthy for birdie. He is not out. 2 under par if he can make 2 or 3 more. His position by Ron this week, he's just tied for 4th. At 15 now, Matsuyama is going at this with a wood. He hit a huge shot too, if he can get that to chase. That is a fantastic shot. From that spot and that thick rough with that club, great effort.
Busy week in golf next week. PGA Tour heading to the popular Travelers Championship up in Cromwell, Connecticut. A couple of majors there you see as well. US Senior Open, another one of the USGA Championships, headed to Saucon Valley. KPMG Women's PGA Championship at Congressional, and the DP World Tour in Munich. As we go back out to Scotty Scheffler now at the 10th for par.
So
Fairly straight to me. Ted Scott pointed to a spot just outside the left edge, though. I think it's going the other way.
Bogey free today. Yeah, he and Scheffler, or excuse me, he and Matsuyama are the only ones that were bogey free. Now it's just Hideki's bogey free. That's always going to be a tough up and in over the green on 10.
So Scheffler was at that 600 number for a few holes. Takes a step back here to begin his second 9. And everybody else tightening things up there on the board. 211 McIlroy for par. This is a moment ago. We saw him hit it on the edge over there at right. And McIlroy is running out of real estate. 17.
Colin Morikawa laid well back here at 17, front left hole location. A lot of ways to get it close, backstop behind. Morikawa's eyes moving up and down. That usually means it's on the line. And Morikawa's going to have that short putt to get to 2 under par, 4 under par in this final round. Good 18.
And this was earlier, Gary. Justin Thomas's third. Hasn't been able to have the kind of weekend that he had hoped for another major title. +4 as he comes in here to the last. And that's an idea of what we can look forward to ahead big time back to front tilt. Well done by JT, trying to save par. With 4 bogeys on the front to just extinguish his chances. But a nice save there. For Justin Thomas, who picked up that second PGA Championship just a month ago at Seven Hills. An incredible effort in the final round Sunday where he came back from 7 on that final round to get into a playoff with Zalatoris. And here is the 9th for birdie.
Underneath the hole from about 18 feet should go right.
Oh, but look at Raj. He works it in. Knew it right away. Hits it in the rough at the 9th, no problem. And that is 3 birdies in the last 4 holes to end his opening 9. And all of a sudden, Zalatoris has won back, tied for 2nd with Scheffler.
Watch him walk it in, Dan. Ben Fitzpatrick watching this as he's going the opposite direction and sees it.
You know, his old college coach, Jerry Haas, Wake Forest, we were in contact with him today saying, he said he's a little better putter than you might think. He's a little better putter than he leads on. He says that Zalatoris reminds him a little bit of Nick Faldo. You know, that gets overshadowed a little bit from time to time because he's such a good ball striker. And now Fitzpatrick with this little swinger for his own birdie to reach 7 under. No one has got the 7 under. Still.
Tremendous putt. Thought he had.
To 15.
Matsuyama, what a birdie this would be. To 527-yard par 4 today. So 4 is good. This is 11.
And Scheffler coming off that lone bogey, 1 back now. And this was the hole that just reeled in yesterday. Scheffler was 6 under as he got here. Hit it over and doubled it.
I feel like this one gets hurt someone, right? Yeah, whatever. Nobody gave it right, it's kind of definitely. Yeah, I'll split his ball a bit. Yeah, perfect. Touch off for what here? Yeah, straight, bro.
The actual yardage is 108. It's about 10 yards downhill, but he feels like 10 yards of her. He's playing it for right on the yardage. He wants to fly it a couple yards past the hole for safety, spin it back.
This is gag.
It's a jam right through the wind. Zinger was so low. He tried to squeezed it out of there and got an extra 8 yards of carry on that. It's getting down to crunch time now. We're on the back 9 of the United States Open. Distance control is going to be a key.
17.
Morikawa to get to 2 under par. 4 under in his round after shooting his highest score ever in a major championship yesterday was 77. What a comeback from Morikawa. 4 off the lead with 1 hole to play and now in a tie for 4th. But it's Fitzpatrick, the Englishman, who has grabbed the lead. Final round of the United States Open from the Country Club. Stay with us.
Returns to Nashville on NBC and Peacock.
Hey guys, Chase Cooley here. I'm proud to announce that in 2022, Clay Cooley has again been chosen as the exclusive provider of Motor Trend certified vehicles in Texas. If you scratch your wheels or get a chip in your windshield, we'll take care of the repair for you. Lose your key fob? No problem, we'll replace it. Come see Clay.
This is Brian. And so is this.
Great day for golf. Would you agree?
Wait, why is he so much bigger?
He's not. He's just more confident.
He looks bigger.
Confidence will do for you. You see, confidence comes from understanding your game and how to improve it. And that's never been easier than with the personalized coaching and custom club fitting at Golf Tech.
Wait, did he just get bigger?
Nope. You're just losing more confidence.
T-box is yours, my friend.
Golf Tech. Love your game.
Are HR obligations preventing you from growing your business? If you're like Joe here, it can be difficult to even leave the office. Trend HR clients grow 18% faster than their competitors by letting business owners focus on their company's performance instead of employee issues. Now your days of stressing about employee vendor management and government compliance are over. With a lot more money and time on your hands, your golf game has gotten a lot better, Joe. Do what you do best and let us handle the rest. Call us today or visit us at trendhr.com.
Picture yourself at Streamsong. Maybe with a friend. 3 courses designed by legendary architects Bill Core and Ben Crenshaw, Tom Doak, Gil Hans, and Jim Wagner. All 3 courses, they're in the country's top 50. Set apart from everything. You, your friends, and the game you love.
Every pre-owned vehicle we sell at Clay Cooley is Motor Trend certified and comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile mechanical warranty. We have over 2,000 vehicles in stock for you to choose from, and of course, they all come with our Clay Cooley family guarantee. If you don't like it, bring it back or swap it. Come see Clay.
100 years ago at the 1922 US Open at Skokie Country Club just outside Chicago, Gene Sarazen captured his first major championship, final round 68, the lowest by an Open champion at the time. He was directly inspired by Francis Ouimet. Like him, had been a caddy, came from humble beginnings. At age 20, Sarazen was just 5 days older than Ouimet when he won. Sarazen, the first person to win the professional Grand Slam, was also the first player back in 1922 to win his first 2 majors in the same year. Scheffler won his first major at the Masters 3 months ago and is trying to become a part of that group, which is 5 strong. The last to do it, Jordan Spieth. At the 10th tee is Zalatoris.
But that patented cut, if he can get it to slide. Yes.
Right where you want to be. Back to 11. Scheffler a little deeper into this green than he wanted.
Up the hill, kind of downhill, uphill, downhill.
There's the uphill and over that little crest. It'll pick up a little speed. Mentioned yesterday he doubled it, and then after that he made 3 consecutive bogeys to come down to earth. Fitzpatrick now 503-yard par 4.
He can't miss this too far right or he won't carry to the fairway.
A chance to kind of flash that power that he has been working on. He's been a big difference maker in his game. Joel David at 12.
Yeah, he got in trouble off the tee, missed the fairway to the right, couldn't get it on the green. This is for par. And he had it. Just needed to hit it. 18.
We mentioned Spieth a moment ago in that history that we talked about with Gene Sarazen, magical year. Jordan Spieth making the cut here. It's still a little up and down, un-Jordan-like from that 2015 year and beyond. 74 for him.
And second bogey in the holes. It's like a little bit of right to left in it.
Well, I hate to say it, but he's one of only 6 players in the field that haven't missed a putt inside 5 feet all week.
Well, don't say it then, Paul.
Well, that's the first, and it came at a horrible time.
And this was the beginning of his problems yesterday. And that little par 3. 108 yards.
Yeah, playing about 99 yards is all.
Has nipped him again. And this is wrong over at the 10th for par.
Certainly not on top of his game today. Loose with the approach shots, hasn't been able to hit anything close, and if it doesn't go in, I gotta say, the curtain is closing on John Rahm. He needs a big back nine to even have a chance. But absolutely needs to make this critical, tough downhill right to left. This is gonna have a little bit of speed on it, guys.
Well, we got three guys that have really been the cream of the crop today. Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, and Will Zalatoris have really stood out.
This is Matsuyama over at the 16th. Looking to maybe get a couple more. And Matsuyama rolls it in for long range with this tricky 209-yard par 3. Big birdie there. 5th of the day, no bogeys, 5 under today, best going on the course. Morikawa also 4 under on the day through 17. Scheffler now for the bogey at 11. Just still so early in this back nine of the US Open. We saw how Scheffler got off track yesterday, hoping to avoid the same problems today. That's where Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick
did not leave it short.
Zalatoris with a rocket out there at 307. Fitzpatrick not too far behind him. Not a lot of birdies here, certainly.
Well, we know you have to guard against going long. Second shot steeply uphill. And the green doesn't hold that well because it's so far up the hill. You have to play for some release. And Fitzpatrick knows this golf course like the back of his hand. He wants to leave this below the hole, on the right-hand side of the screen if he can.
Got 202 up the hill here, Paul.
Can't tell you how difficult this shot looks from down here from the player's eye.
This is tugged. A little bit left.
Bunker.
And break all the way down at the bottom. Pitching that kind of across that hill, he can get some spin on it.
Yep, he'll take that every time outside of that deep fescue rough that rings around the sand here. McCarthy at 13.
Yeah, a chance for birdie to get to 3 under. Downhill, moving right, very speedy. That'll wander on by and get his attention. We go back to 10.
I do like that club. Yes. Yep. Nice. Yes. Charge.
189. He's grabbed a 7er. He'll hoist this way in here. He can hit it high. Just a little right of the hole. Solid strike.
Another solid one to Zalatoris. It's got the high hands in the back.
That's a perfect lead. Absolutely perfect lead right there. Great chance for a birdie for Zalatoris.
One day you might realize going to grandma's doesn't count as vacation. When you decide to go to that amusement, no. When you decide to go to Hawaii, aloha. Turns out you're beach people.
I think we're beach people.
Roll up, slow down, boys. We know you love it. And did you know they like ceviche? And best of all, the hotel has babysitters, so you have a date night. Remember those? With Amex, it's never a question of if vacation will actually feel like vacation. It's when.
Making some of the world's fastest cars has evolved dramatically. Today, the McLaren F1 team uses WebEx to push the boundaries of performance even further. WebEx, driving hybrid work.
The all-new LX600, ready for any arena.
Peace of mind. Such a big, beautiful idea. And for us at Booking.com, this means free cancellation on most bookings. It's a bit functional, but we gladly be functional so you can be free. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
When we think speed, we think about speed tuning every aspect of the new Rogue ST drivers.
Really? I just think about smashing it.
When we think total power, we think of our tungsten speed cartridge.
A what speed cartridge?
I don't know. When we think max distance, we think of...
Oh, that's bomb!
With our fastest, most stable driver ever, there's only one thing you'll think about.
Smoked it.
Bob. See ya.
Think speed, go low with Callaway, the kings of distance.
The leader, Matthew Fitzpatrick, from the bunker at the 10th, Rod.
Well, he's got room to work with here. He's got to throw it up to the left, let it work down to the right. But I think he got it a little heavy.
Not too bad. Didn't too bad out there. And so Fitzpatrick will be tested there. Just one bogey on his card. And we go to 11, where John Rahm hit this tee shot just a moment ago. Gap wedge. It's on the plane through that Keegan Bradley hit it tight. Bradley's an even par. Good shot by John Rahm. With his +3 today, no birdies. Championship Sunday at the Country Club, and the USGA Championships on NBC Sports are presented by Rolex.